Hiya. So me and the cat have finished the floor. Nothing to do with the wife, of course. She did nothing at all.
Oh, yeah.
She just stood around watching all day. Yep. So reality is we've done the floor. I stood around watching most of the day, but it's in now. We bought vinyl and quite happy with the way it's come out. The van at the moment looks a bit too grey on grey, which I'm a bit concerned about, but as soon as the white cabinets go in, I'm sure that'll all be rectified and looking nice again. But yeah, we've put in the rails on the side that I'm sitting on, which is why it's dark now, because we just ran to B&Q's to buy them. To be excited kids to get them finished. And tomorrow the bed can go in, so all on track. What we do when we're laying the floor is put battens down in order to support the floor. Underneath the battens, of course, we have sound deadening, which you can see the little strips in there. The wood's laid in lengthwise, and then across widthwise we also add battens in. We've tried to space them out so that they match the furniture within the van to give us the maximum stability. We've added the wooden beams to the floor. We chop up and add insulation foam in between the blocks to insulate the floor. This just sits in between the wooden battens and then is fastened down by a top layer of wood once we're finished. It's quite a messy job and quite tedious, but we're filling the entire floor with insulation so that the floor is nice and toasty. So we've laid the flooring with solid foam insulation block, which is cut down in between the joists that we put down, which are of similar size. The joists were put down in the grooves, and then they were glued down, left overnight, and then the following day we put slightly smaller timber in on the raised bits going across, as you can see here. They're not squared, so they're
It actually worked perfectly, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, those are 25 mil.
And originally we bought the 25mm to go with the 25mm, but we had to buy 35mm, I think it was.
Is it 38 mm?
It doesn't look like 38.
In the paperwork it's 38, and we're using silver line in this.
Yeah, silver line tape. And you just peel it off and stick it down.
Victory of finishing half of the work, is it?
Finished at last. The floor's done. So on top of this is going to go a little bit of plywood, and then decorated floor over top of that. You don't want to be walking with plywood. As we're on a fixed budget and we found that the wood was very expensive, we decided to re-put in the existing plywood base that came with the van. This just went over the top of the subfloor, and we had to just slightly trim it in order to get it in.
Where is the scissor? Where is the scissor?
In your hand.
Oh yeah.
See what I have to work with?
Kind of going mad, isn't it? You're making me work too hard. That's what it means.
We've just dry fitted the lino. I've managed to smack my head on that one there. Like cut my head. Really hurt. Not good. Not advisable. So this has now been dry fitted. We now need to glue it down, which is going to be interesting. We'll show you how we do it. Is just lifted up on one side with one person stood on the other side, and then we use contact adhesive just to glue it down. It's a very simple process once cut in. The tricky part is cutting it in and getting it to fit. The other thing that we should mention here is we did originally opt for wooden flooring. We went to B&M and we purchased the wooden flooring, and then when we were taking it back out of the car, we were thinking, wow, this weighs a lot. We checked the packaging to find out that each box weighed about 15 kilos. So we were talking about 45 kilograms or more going into the van just for the wooden flooring. That quickly went back to the shop, where we then purchased the vinyl. The vinyl unfortunately ended up being twice the price of wooden flooring, which was absolutely shocking. We ended up paying £85 for this piece of vinyl. The wooden flooring that we returned was £66, so the vinyl was much more. So getting back to the flooring, on the back we just bought an aluminium rail which we fastened to the back door. This was done using clear adhesive glue, which essentially just stuck it to the back. It shouldn't take too much wear and tear on there because it's just going into the garage, and that will stick very firmly. We also purchased one with the edges, the anti-slip edges. This cost us twice the price at £28 from B&Q's. The same thing was £17 without the raised bits, surprisingly. This one we also fastened with glue, but then we put a couple of screws into the sides just to make sure that it doesn't come off, because it's going to have very high foot traffic. Please like and subscribe our videos, and it would be a great help, and you'll get to see all of our new content coming out.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching.